There are definitely some parts of The Fabulous Faker Boy that I liked, but there were some bits of this episode that kind of annoyed me. This is the 20th episode of the 24th season of The Simpsons, directed by Bob Anderson, and the main narrative revolves around Bart getting piano lessons. And I'll talk more about how they came about in a moment. But he gets piano lessons from a girl called Zhenya, voiced by the wonderful Jane Krakowski, and Bart falls in love with her pretty much straight away. And it's worth pointing out that she's Russian and Jane Krakowski isn't. So if anybody has an issue with that, I can completely understand that being the case. But I do love Jane Krakowski. I think she's fabulous, and her singing is so gorgeous that I personally could look past that. But yeah, I can see, people having an argument for why wouldn't they cast somebody who's actually Russian. And Bart does really well with this, or so it seems. Not everything is what it appears to be, and I won't say any more than that, but it's a lesson in honesty and about how far you're willing to take things just to please somebody else if it hurts somebody else in the process. I thought it was a pretty decent narrative, but it really annoyed me that the episode pretty much started off with Skinner telling Marge he thought Bart should take up an instrument. Because not that long ago, I say that, I'm watching a lot of this in a short space of time, but at some point in the past, Bart took up drumming, and it was great, and it helped him focus. And they just seem to have forgotten that happened, and that really annoyed me. And usually I'm not that bothered about The Simpsons having issues with continuity because they basically happen in every episode, but there were two of them in this episode, so I didn't let them slide. There's that one, and then there's Homer losing the hair on his head, and I don't know how they're going to. I'm assuming every episode going forward, this is just going to have been forgotten about, and the hairs will be back, and basically every episode after this will be a continuity error. But in this one he says, and I quote, "My wife has never seen my head naked." A couple of episodes ago, in this season, he lost his head hairs, but he grew two hairs on his chin. So in this very season, Marge had seen his head naked. So I can forgive one massive continuity error. I can't forgive two in the same episode. I think it was very poorly done. Should it matter? Maybe not, because The Simpsons don't care about continuity, but when it's two in one episode, I think that's maybe more than I can forgive. Marge is also giving Zenya's father driving lessons, which is, yeah, it was fine. I didn't care too much about it. I like what Chief Wiggum brought to it, but aside from that, it was filler that I didn't mind. It was okay. It's not a bad episode. It's got some good messages in it, but unfortunately, the continuity problems are just a little bit annoying. Oh, we also have Patrick Stewart as well voicing, and Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber has, I don't know, 6 or 7 words to say in this, which was a little random, but why not? Clearly they had a big budget for this episode, and the money went into the talent and not into the writing, let's put it that way. Not the best, but there are some good things in it, so I wouldn't skip it. I would watch it again if watching this season, but the episode really needed work.